Okay, hi everyone. I hope everybody's having a great summer, had a great summer, and is excited about starting this new school year here at Tennyson Middle School. I really appreciate y'all joining me for this meeting. We're gonna keep it pretty brief, so we just go over a few things. I want to discuss our campus improvement plan, okay, school improvement plan here at Tennyson Middle School for the 2023 and 2024 school year. So if you just bear with me for a brief second. Let me share this screen with you. Okay. Okay. Let's go back up. So here we go. All right. So just like I said earlier, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss our school improvement plan here at Tennyson Middle School, okay, for the 2023-2024 school year. Of course, Waco ISD. And there's our logo of our Texan. Go Texans, gotta stay excited. Be ready for all of our students to get here and ready to see them and get back to the ball rolling. Okay, I just want to make sure that we're aware of some of the key things that we need to be focused on this school year, and so that's what we're gonna talk about. So looking at it, I listed our vision and mission statement. Just let's go over those real quick, and then we'll get to our goals and our objectives and things that we want to discuss. So first, our vision statement. Here at Tennyson Middle School, we will work to provide a quality and equitable education to all students so they can become successful citizens and lifelong learners. By providing opportunities in leadership and experiences that incorporate discipline, selflessness, while still promoting the Texan spirit of Waco ISD. Okay. And then our mission statement, which I think kind of goes hand in hand with what the goal that we're going to discuss today is Waco ISD strives to develop 21st century skills in leadership, language, knowledge, technology, and we will coordinate with our parents, our community partners, power leaders to develop a high character, well-rounded student. Okay, so the students come first in everything that we do. All right, so I'm gonna scroll up. And we'll skip that for now. We'll come back to this one. This one was talking about where we're pulling our data this year is from our TAPR report, from 2021, 2022, the previous school year. Tennyson Middle School report, so specifically our school report. Okay, and then our 2022 accountability ratings, or somewhere we got some of the information from. So as we scroll up or scroll down, we're going to look at the goal that I want to really focus on today is going to be our goal two. Okay, goal two. So on goal two, what I listed was on the 2023 and 2024 STAR test, we're trying to get 29% of all grade levels will master uh, grade levels in all subjects. So we're trying to get 29%. So we're trying to increase that score up to 29%. I think currently we're sitting around, if I have to go back and pull back the report, but I think we're sitting around 19 or maybe even a little bit lower than that. So trying to see an increase in all subjects. So we got to look at how we are teaching and what things that we're doing on that. The objective that I listed for this goal is by the end of the year, we will have 10% increase within all grade levels that will master that all grade levels that will master the grade level on the STAR test on the science test. Specifically, the science test is the one that I want to see the 10% increase on. I think doing that will help us to get to that 29% for all subjects and all grade levels. Okay, by increasing our science first, and the reason that I put that as our objective and the reason that I want to focus on our science tests first is if you go back up here to the top, um, first of all, are at master's grade level for eighth grade or for specifically all grades, which is our sixth, seventh, and eighth combined all together, their science scores dropped 10%. So that was a kind of a big glaring thing when we looked at the TAPR report was the significant drop of all of our grade levels in our science, especially our science test was a big drop. Another thing that kind of caught my attention that I listed on there was at master's grade level eighth grade was specifically eighth grade science. They dropped just by themselves a 10% drop. Okay, so that was another thing that was kind of big and glaring as you're looking at that. And then lastly, what really drew my attention was the attendance rate dropped. So our attendance was down 2.6% from 97.6 to 95%. So I don't know if that's a direct correlation, but that's something that I think we definitely need to look at and address when we're looking at some of these scores. Of course, we all know if the students are in class, they're learning, or if the students are at school, they're gonna be learning. Okay. If they're staying at home, they're probably not getting that key instruction that they need to be getting all day. They're not getting that interaction and all those current things that we need to be keeping up with. Okay, so let's go back to our goal. So if we go back to our goal, looking at it, so some of the strategies and action steps that I want to take to really hone in on this goal and to make sure that we're meeting everything is first of all is we are providing ongoing professional development for science TEKS objectives and opportunities for developing high quality instruction. Okay, so we're going to focus on the teacher first of all. Are we making sure that we are prepared for all the current TEKS that are out there, all the current strategies are out there. Like we all know, we're all teachers, and we've all probably been in this profession for a long time, and we know that things change, and you got to keep up with the times. You got to keep up with making sure that our students are staying engaged and staying current and all this stuff. And that starts with us as professionals. We got to make sure that we are prepared. We're prepared. It's a technology world right now, and if we're not keeping up with all the new technology and all the new features that are out there to make sure that we're being successful, we're just doing a disservice to our students, first of all. So the person responsible for this is going to be, myself and the other administration. We're going to make sure that we go find the best professional developments. If there's any out there that the teachers want to go to, we're going to make sure that they have those resources. And I'm hoping that y'all buy in and y'all help me out on that. So the resources are going to come from our local funds, Title I funds. Those are things that we're going to pull from. A timeline for this, I'm giving us a year. So for the 2023, 2024, like I said, I'm trying to make sure that we should be up 10% when we go pull those next year's reports. Okay. And then the ways that we're going to make sure that these are being done here at the middle school is looking at our star scores, looking at our benchmarks, and we're going to really take a deep dive in those benchmarks. Our walkthroughs. So as me and the other administration go through and do our walkthroughs, we're going to be looking for that current instruction. We're going to be looking to make sure that our teachers are very prepared in their curriculum, very prepared in their professional knowledge, and making sure that they are ready to go, and then that they're leading student-centered lessons and they have everybody engaged as they're going. And then lastly is going to be our T-test observations will be at the end of the year. We'll make sure they're hitting all those domains. Okay, that will specifically point to trying to increase those scores in all of our levels, and especially the science department as we're going in with that one. Okay, and then our second strategy and action that I want to take to try to reach this goal and this objective is we want to continue to make sure to give current and effective benchmarks exams. We're going to break down the data from the results regularly to find areas for improvement. Like I stated earlier, this is constantly changing, and so we're seeing new questions implemented all the time. And so we want to make sure that we're giving our students the best preparation that they can have by pulling those most current release tests and those most current benchmarks. And then if we need to implement anything different, so after we look at our DMAC reports and we see that we're lacking in certain objectives or certain areas of the science curriculum, we'll make sure that we're honing in on that and making sure that we are preparing our students to be successful when it comes to the end of the year. So the people who are going to be responsible for this are going to be your principal, myself, the curriculum directors there at the admin, the teachers. Um, and so the funds, the resources will come from local funds. So we'll look at local funds. We'll have a budget for this to make sure that we're finding the best resource out there, if that's teacher paid teachers, if that's any kind of TEA resources that we're going to pull from. Okay, our timeline is the 2023 and 2024 school year, same as our previous strategy. The two assessment or the assessments we're going to look at is the same as the previous one. So we're going to look at the STAR, we're going to look at the TAPR report, benchmarks, and then we're going to look at the lesson plans from our lesson plans from our teachers to make sure that we're incorporating all of this into our lessons. Like I said, breaking down that data, and if there's things that are noticeably missing, we're going to make sure that we have those and we're incorporating those on a daily basis to make sure that the students are seeing it. Lastly, the last strategy and action that I want to look at is the implement and promote before and after school learning, science tutorials, specifically science tutorials, and give incentives for regular attendance and grade progress incentives. Okay, so if those kids are there and they're showing up and they're there regularly and they're making sure that they're increasing those grades, I'm going to find ways, and I've already had some teachers reach out to me and give me some ideas, like looking at trying to do pizza parties, or if it's gift cards, or if it's just little things like they get to sit wherever they want during certain lunches or certain school functions that we have. Just trying to make it where that they can buy into it and go. And the thing I'm going to call this is Texans show up. If the Texans show up, we're going to be ready to attack this STAR test and attack this school year so we can make sure that we are the most successful. Okay, so the people who are going to coordinate this and make sure that this is going in the right direction, first of all, is going to be myself, the principals, the assistant principals, teachers. We're going to make sure all the teachers are on board with this, and that might be helping each other at certain times, and if we can't make it, if we have other obligations or other things going on. And then lastly is going to be the counselors. They're going to help me coordinate and make sure if we got to reach out to parents, if we got to get the kids rides, if we got to make sure that they're there. Okay. And I think that's going to go big for boosting our attendance also, because I think if they know that they got to be there for before school or after school, or if they want to get some of those incentives for getting their grade up, that's going to make them want to be there. And they're going to tell the parents, hey, I got to go to school. I got to be there. Okay. So the resources that we're going to pull this from to try to build this program or to build the incentives, first of all, is going to be local funds. And we also got some Title I funds that we can allocate and we can put toward the Texans Show Up program. Okay. And same timeline, we want this to be the 2023-2024 school year where we're going to implement this and try to hit the ground running with this. And then how we're going to make sure that this is happening or this is working is looking at the same formative and summative evaluations. So first looking at our STAR score, looking at our TAPR reports, okay, and then also looking at our Ascenda reports where we can go in and we can pull those and we can look at grades. We can pull our progress reports, and then we could also look at our PEMS data, okay, because like I said, I think this is going to be a direct correlation of being at school and being all in for the Texans for the program. So that, and I appreciate that. This is that's all I have for y'all, and I appreciate y'all's time helping me with these goals. And y'all can go through, and I will send a copy of my campus improvement plan to y'all, so that way y'all can look at some of the other goals and objectives that we had. I just wanted to really hard hit on this one, and because I really felt that this was an important one that we need to look at. So first and foremost, I appreciate everybody on the school board, and I really appreciate y'all and all the time and effort that y'all put into. We couldn't do it without y'all. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later.